everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend and you're having a fantastic start to Monday. And during the weekend I found this BBC article with the headline, "Why are people turning to social media for ADHD and autism diagnosis?" So as an autistic woman, I felt it was important to bring this to your guys' attention and to give my own autistic perspective on this BBC article. I will link the BBC article down below in the video description, so I hope you enjoy. One of the reasons that I think people are turning to social media for both an ADHD, which stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, and Autism Spectrum Disorder or Autism Spectrum Condition diagnoses, because the current waits here in the UK are completely unacceptable. A wait for ADHD assessment is 5 years, and the wait time for an autism assessment is 2 to 3 years. This leaves people with extreme mental health struggles or mental health difficulties. Even though the person who's waiting for the diagnosis deserves their diagnosis, people go onto social media such as YouTube, TikTok and other platforms to get support to fit into a community so they can start learning about the journey they are about to undertake with getting an official diagnosis. I will say right now, one thing that we need to do is we need to be extremely careful when it comes to being online and getting a self-diagnosis or self-discovering who we are, if we may be ADHD, autistic, bipolar, etc. We have to be very careful as we're not medics. I'm not a medic. I'm someone who was late diagnosed with autism at the age of 25. So from my own perspective, we have to be very, very careful when giving out medical labels or self-identifying, because it can cause a lot of grief and a lot of upset for the person and the person's family and the persons that the people are involved with. So we have to be extremely careful with that. Being on social media can cause potential barriers as well, because if you're going on to TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, any of them kind of social media platforms where there is a lot of autism, ADHD, bipolar, mental health support groups, they can be a fantastic resource. But when you're going online and then all of a sudden you think, oh, should I be looking at this? Should I think that I'm this? Because again, we're not medics, so I am speaking from my own personal perspective. We are people who are diagnosed officially. If you do feel or you suspect yourself of being ADHD, autistic or any mental health condition, please go and see your local physician or local doctor, GP or nursing practitioner, who can then refer you on to the adequate mental health services to get you the best support that is necessary. Also, another reason I feel they turn into social media is because they access support groups, forums, websites where the symptoms of the ADHD, autism are often written up in clear, constructive categories. There's other people who are self-diagnosing or self-identifying at the same time. So I think this gives more hope to a lot of people who are wanting a self-diagnosis, who are wanting information, who are wanting to help people get their official diagnosis of either ADHD or autism spectrum disorder. So also I think what we have to do is make sure we write everything down, keep it journaled. So if you do self-identify with being autistic or on the spectrum or ADHD, make sure you write everything down, your clinical history, reasons why you identify with being ADHD or autistic on the spectrum. But we also need to be extremely careful with what information we give out to people. We need to be extremely careful what websites we give people to refer themselves to, because there can be a lot of websites that are not safe or not accurate. So make sure if you are signposting people to official websites that they are NHS or medical websites for your country, Canada, the US. I will try and link some information down below in the video description for you. But yeah, here in the UK, we have to make sure that we are very careful with the terminology that we use, the right language that we use, the right answers that we give people, because when you start that autism or ADHD journey, from my own perspective, you are very left in the dark. You don't know what to do, you don't know what websites to go on, you don't know what books to read, and then you can go on the big wide world web and think, oh, I've got all this information flooding into me. I've got all these websites that say that I might be ADHD or autistic because this. And then it could also be the fact that you're neither one of them. You could be a totally different condition, or you may have a different condition that presents the same way as ADHD or autism. So again, we have to be very, very careful when giving out information or signposting services. We have to be very careful that we don't give people false hope or, you know, a definite answer with regards to where they are clinically for their diagnoses. Also, there is a lot of negative information out there about ADHD and autism. There is a lot of negativity in general about if you have a mental health condition. There is a lot of negativity that says, oh, you're weird, you're odd, why can't you just act normal? We have to be very, very careful being on the World Wide Web, such as social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any of them kind of social media platforms where you do have the occasional frequent trolling issues and stuff like that as well. So we have to be very aware of what we're giving people to look at and make sure the sites are accurate. And if you do feel, once again, I am not a medic, I am not a professional. If you feel that you are self-diagnosing or you self-identify with ADHD or autism, I will link about both conditions down below in the video description. But please go to your medical professionals. Please do not self-diagnose. Self-diagnosis is never a good idea. It causes more harm than actual good a lot of the time. And I just got to speak about this from my own personal perspective. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed hearing my views. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon. Bye.